Here is a summary of the core information from the provided articles. Briefing: Biden's final summit and global developments. President Biden attended the Global Leaders Summit for the last time as Commander-in-Chief, advocating for stronger support for Ukraine as he prepares to leave office. Ahead of the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, Biden authorized Ukraine to use U.S.-supplied long-range missiles to strike targets within Russia, marking a significant shift in U.S. policy. Meanwhile, the incoming President Trump has expressed caution regarding continued aid to Ukraine, casting uncertainty over Ukraine's plans for deeper strikes. Another notable topic is the impending demolition of the Pink House on Plum Island, Massachusetts, which has faced strong opposition from local artists and residents, ultimately leading to its preservation. In addition, Haiti continues to grapple with political instability and rampant violent crime. Despite the U.S. investing $600 million to establish an international police force, the situation remains difficult to control, posing a serious challenge for the incoming Trump administration. Canadian soccer star Jonathan David has recently shone in the Champions League, attracting attention from top clubs. He stated that the next 5 years will be crucial for his career, hoping to achieve a fulfilling professional journey. Overall, these articles cover hot topics across various fields, including politics, society, and sports, reflecting the complexity and uncertainty of the current international landscape. The briefing highlights the most valuable information points and provides a concise summary of the content, aiming for completeness and emphasis on key issues. 2024 U.S. election results and implications. On November 6, 2024, Donald Trump won in key swing states, defeating Democratic candidate Kamala Harris with 312 electoral votes, becoming the 47th President of the United States. Trump garnered over 740,000 votes, accounting for 50.5% of the total, winning crucial swing states including Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, and Nevada. The Republican Party also retained control of the Senate, while the House election results are still being counted. Trump's victory has sparked a wave of speculation and concern in the healthcare sector. As a founder of the anti-vaccine movement, Trump nominated Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services, raising alarms in the pharmaceutical and food industries. They fear Kennedy may significantly reform the FDA's responsibilities and operations. Meanwhile, Stanford professor Jay Bhattacharya, who criticized government pandemic policies, has also been nominated as a potential candidate for the National Institutes of Health, NIH, causing unease in the public health community. Additionally, if Congress does not extend the healthcare subsidies strengthened during the Biden administration, millions of Americans could lose their health insurance, prompting warnings from patients, healthcare providers, and insurers. In summary, Trump's election and his nominations have generated widespread attention and concern in the healthcare field. The pharmaceutical, food, and public health sectors face potential significant changes that could profoundly impact the health and well-being of the American public. Healthcare policy will be a major challenge for the Trump administration in the coming years. Briefing: Financial Times digital subscription offer. The Financial Times, a globally renowned business and financial news outlet known for its high-quality reporting and in-depth analysis, has launched a digital subscription promotion to attract more readers. Key highlights: 1. Promotion duration: new subscribers can enjoy a special price of just $1 for the first 4 weeks. 2. Regular price: after the promotional period, the monthly subscription fee will be $75. 3. Full access: subscribers will receive complete digital access to the Financial Times on any device. 4. Flexible cancellation: users can cancel their subscription at any time during the trial period without incurring any fees. This promotional campaign offers readers a low-cost opportunity to try the digital version of the Financial Times. For those needing timely business and financial information, this is undoubtedly an attractive option. The Financial Times hopes to attract more readers to subscribe to its quality news content and further expand its influence. Briefing: Vladimir Shklyrov's passing and global issues. Renowned Russian ballet dancer Vladimir Shklyarov tragically passed away on November 18, 2024, at the age of 39. Reports indicate that Shklyarov was taking painkillers for a back injury and was scheduled for spinal surgery on Monday, but fell from the fifth floor on Saturday, with preliminary assessments deeming it an accident. Shklyarov was a principal dancer at the Mariinsky Theater, performing in numerous classic ballet works over his 20-year career, including performances at the Metropolitan Opera in New York and the Royal Opera House in London. He had posted opposition to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in March 2022, but had not commented further since. Meanwhile, Australians are feeling widespread fatigue and anxiety due to rising living costs from inflation, long working hours, and impending summer natural disasters. Experts recommend taking proactive measures, such as appropriate vacations and maintaining good dietary habits, to combat this fatigue. Kenya's comedy scene is also flourishing, with a new wave of comedians emerging who humorously reflect local daily life and social issues. The establishment of several comedy clubs has brought structure and fairness to the industry, promoting its prosperity. Additionally, Denmark is emerging as an attractive travel destination, boasting rich cultural heritage, modern art, and beautiful natural scenery. While Danes emphasize a balanced lifestyle, there are social taboos that visitors should be aware of. Overall, these articles cover various aspects of art, life, and society, providing readers with comprehensive information and insights. Briefing: The Stories of Our Time. The Stories of Our Time series of short films showcases the challenges and hardships faced by journalists from the Times and the Sunday Times in their pursuit of truth. These reporters bravely confront dangers to expose corruption, change laws, and protect the public interest, with their stories resembling a gripping thriller. Another article highlights the musical journey of American singer-songwriter Xavier Whitley. From a young age, Xavier loved writing and expressed his inner pain and emotions through lyrics. After years of effort, he has become a renowned contemporary folk artist, set to release a new album titled Oppressed. The final article reports on Trump's re-election as President of the United States in the 2024 election. In his victory speech, Trump emphasized the need to unite the nation, address border issues, and lead America into a new golden age. He also thanked his supporter Elon Musk and expressed intentions to collaborate with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to make America stronger, more prosperous, and safer. In summary, these articles cover behind-the-scenes stories of news reporting, the growth of a musician, and the latest developments in American politics, offering rich content and substantial information worthy of in-depth discussion. Briefing: Promising future for mini-nuclear power plants in the UK. Key content. 1. The UK government is promoting the development of small modular reactors, SMRs, with nearly £2 billion in construction contracts expected to be tendered by 2025. This includes 2 delivery partner contracts worth £800 million each, responsible for the 10-year construction of SMRs. 2. The approach to SMR construction differs significantly from the UK's only new nuclear power plant, Hinkley Point C, marking a new phase in the UK's nuclear power development. 3. Meanwhile, Labour Party leader Keir Starmer has stated he will vote next week on the legality of euthanasia. The government will remain neutral, but Health Minister Wes Streeting has publicly opposed allowing voluntary euthanasia. 4. Additionally, a college in central England hastily installed a £2.5 million heat pump system without obtaining planning permission, provoking strong opposition from local residents. Although the college later received retrospective permission, this incident highlights the difficulties faced by the UK government in promoting heat pumps. In summary, the articles address various hot topics, including the UK's nuclear power construction, euthanasia legislation, and the promotion of heat pumps, emphasizing relevant policy trends and public reactions, providing readers with comprehensive information. Briefing: Changes in the French media landscape and global issues. 1. The oldest journalism school in Paris has been acquired by top French entrepreneurs, including the Arnault Group, the SAD Group, and the BOLO Group. This raises questions about journalistic independence. 2. ESJ Paris differs from the other 14 accredited journalism schools, focusing on training economic journalism talent. The new president, Vianney Darlinson, is a controversial entrepreneur. 3. This move recalls the establishment of the Free School of Journalism in 2018, also supported by BOLO and a Catholic billionaire. The industry is concerned about whether this model can produce truly independent journalists. 4. Severe pollution in India and Pakistan poses health risks to the public, with cities like New Delhi and Lahore experiencing hazardous air quality levels due to stubble burning by farmers and adverse weather conditions. 5. France supports Ukraine's use of long-range missiles to strike Russia, following the US decision. This policy shift may influence the positions of European allies. 6. French President Macron visited Argentine President Milei, attempting to establish connections despite their differing stances, with economic motives behind the visit. 7. Russian dissidents held an anti-war rally in Berlin, calling for opposition to the Putin regime and the war in Ukraine, aiming to reactivate the weakened Russian opposition. In conclusion, this briefing covers the changes in the French media landscape, severe pollution in India and Pakistan, developments in the Ukraine war, the meeting between French and Argentine leaders, and the anti-war rally by Russian dissidents in Germany. Briefing: Important political changes in Latin America. On November 18, 2024, Latin America witnessed a significant political transformation. Republican Donald Trump won the presidential election on November 5, set to return to the White House on January 20. This outcome will undoubtedly have profound implications for U.S. foreign policy, drawing global attention. 1. The arrival of the Trump era signifies a major shift in U.S. foreign policy. Republican Marco Rubio will serve as Secretary of State, adopting a hardline stance toward Latin America, supporting conservative leaders, and implementing tougher policies toward China, Cuba, and Venezuela. 2. Following Trump's election, billionaire Elon Musk has become one of his closest allies, expected to play a significant role in the Trump administration. Musk plans to co-lead a new agency, DOGE, with Republican Vivek Ramaswamy, aimed at drastically reducing government spending and regulation. 3. Brazilian President Lula will host the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro this week, hoping to reshape Brazil's position on the international stage. However, Trump's election may pose significant obstacles to Lula's foreign policy, as Trump's isolationist tendencies conflict with Lula's advocacy for a multipolar world. 4. As Trump prepares to take office, outgoing President Biden is intensifying diplomatic efforts to protect key foreign policy achievements, such as continued support for Ukraine against Russia, maintaining U.S.-China relations, and addressing climate change. However, his influence is gradually waning. In summary, the arrival of the Trump era will undoubtedly bring profound changes to the international landscape, prompting global concern. World leaders are preparing for the impending new order. Briefing: Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung overview. Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung is a renowned German daily newspaper known for its authority and objectivity. This briefing summarizes several recent articles published by the newspaper. 1. Free registration for reading. The newspaper's website offers free registration, allowing users to read all content without any fees, which helps expand its readership. After registration, users must verify their accounts via email. 2. Rich and comprehensive content. Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung covers various fields, including politics, economics, and society, providing readers with authoritative and objective information. The articles are accessible and engaging, catering to readers from diverse backgrounds. 3. Ongoing experience optimization. The newspaper continually optimizes user experience to enhance content accessibility. Measures such as free registration and email verification aim to simplify user operations and increase engagement. In summary, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung maintains a professional and neutral reporting stance, presenting high-quality news content to readers. The free reading model and ongoing optimization of user experience contribute to expanding its influence, making it a preferred choice for readers in Germany and globally. Briefing: Süddeutsche Zeitung Investigation Team. Key information points. 1. Starting in the 2023-24 academic year, product ratings will adopt a school grading system from 1 to 6, instead of the previous 1 to 5 Likert scale. 2. The stock Trip Trap high chair features ergonomic design, adjustable to grow with the child, allowing them to be closer to family. 3. The Kid Goo Sport Stroller is suitable for active parents, capable of handling various terrains, making it a great companion for outdoor activities. 4. The Süddeutsche Zeitung investigation team provides multiple secure and reliable reporting channels, including secure drop encrypted communication, encrypted email, and encrypted instant messaging, ensuring the privacy and security of information sources. 5. Traditional mailing and in-person delivery methods can also be used to provide information to the investigation team, but safety and privacy concerns must still be considered. In summary, this briefing comprehensively outlines the relevant information about the Süddeutsche Zeitung investigation team, introducing changes in product rating systems and the features of 2 children's products, while detailing the team's reporting channels and safety measures, providing readers with a well-rounded understanding. The content is clear and focused, balancing informativeness and readability to achieve its intended goals. China Daily Briefing. On November 18, 2024. 1. President Xi Jinping attended the 19th G20 Leaders Summit, where the Global Alliance Against Hunger and Poverty was launched. 2. China's 5-year cancer survival rate continues to improve, rising from 30.9% at the beginning of the century to 43.7% in 2022. The National Cancer Center states that China's cancer incidence rate is comparable to the global average, but the mortality rate is slightly higher. Through years of effort, the speed of improvement in China's cancer survival rate is nearing that of developed countries. 3. The World Health Organization states that 1/3 of cancers are preventable, and 1/3 can be cured through early detection and treatment. China has implemented urban early cancer diagnosis and treatment programs, covering approximately 7 million people in 104 cities nationwide. 4. In addition to prevention and early diagnosis and treatment, standardized treatment is also key to reducing cancer incidence and mortality rates. In recent years, the number of specialized cancer departments in national tertiary cancer hospitals and tertiary general hospitals has increased, but their distribution remains uneven. 5. China has approved 208 new anti-cancer drugs, with domestic innovative drugs accounting for over 60%. Additionally, more convenient and applicable cancer diagnosis and treatment equipment is being developed. The National Health Commission has stated that it will further enhance the cancer prevention and control system, aiming for a 5-year cancer survival rate of 46.6% by 2030. 6. The Grand Canal Cultural Reading Tour exhibition was launched in Beijing, showcasing cultural achievements from 8 provinces and cities along the Grand Canal. Experts and scholars delivered insightful speeches on the historical and cultural significance of the Grand Canal. 7. The 12th National Traditional Sports Games for Ethnic Minorities commenced in Sanya, Hainan, with a total of 1.91 million participants both online and offline. 8. Premier Li Qiang emphasized the need to build safe, comfortable, green, and smart housing to meet the high-quality living needs of the people. He also called for the protection and inheritance of historical and cultural heritage in urban renewal. This briefing comprehensively summarizes President Xi's attendance at the G20 summit, the current state of cancer prevention and control in China, the cultural heritage of the Grand Canal, the national traditional sports games, and Premier Li's important directives on housing construction, highlighting valuable information points while succinctly summarizing the articles, achieving a balance of rich content, emphasis, and concise language. Briefing: Olympic champions visit Ishikawa and Wakayama cities to support reconstruction. Last Sunday, 2024 Paris Olympic gold medalist in men's judo, Shohei Abe, and other Olympic athletes visited a middle school in Ishikawa and Wakayama cities to engage in interactive games with local students. This initiative aims to support the reconstruction efforts following the Noto Peninsula earthquake disaster that occurred in January 2023. Abe expressed his hope that the children can have their own dreams and work hard to achieve them. Japanese doctors provide humanitarian aid in Gaza. Japanese Dr. Akihiro Kyoto was awarded the 31st Yomiuri International Cooperation Prize for his long-term medical service to Palestinian refugees through the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA. Dr. Kyoto has traveled to Gaza 3 times, witnessing the suffering caused by war. He led a polio vaccination campaign in Gaza in September and is dedicated to addressing local medical issues such as diabetes and trauma rehabilitation. Despite the precarious healthcare system, Kyoto continues to strive to maintain the health and lives of refugees. Japanese Prime Minister visits Peru to honor former President Fujimori. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba visited Peru last Saturday, laying flowers at the grave of former President Fujimori located in the suburbs of Lima. Fujimori was the first president of Peru of Japanese descent and presided over the rescue of hostages from the Japanese embassy in Peru in 1996. This visit reflects the Japanese government's emphasis on resolving the Middle East peace process. Hyogo Prefecture Governor Sato Motohiko successfully re-elected. Hyogo Prefecture Governor Sato Motohiko was successfully re-elected in last Sunday's election. Sato had previously been removed from office due to a harassment scandal, but he ultimately defeated 6 new candidates by effectively utilizing social media. This marks the second time in Japanese history that a governor who was removed from office has been successfully re-elected. Sato stated that he will continue to promote reforms to prevent such issues from occurring again. In summary, this briefing covers the visits of Olympic athletes to Ishikawa, Japanese doctors providing humanitarian aid in Gaza, the Prime Minister's visit to Peru, and the re-election of the Hyogo governor. These reports reflect Japan's proactive engagement in domestic and international affairs, showcasing the international perspective and humanitarian spirit of the Japanese people. Briefing: high school student causes fatal accident while driving without a license. A 16-year-old high school student was involved in a fatal accident while driving a school vehicle without a license, resulting in the death of a 17-year-old classmate, while another 17-year-old classmate was unharmed. Police are investigating potential charges of dangerous driving causing death against the driver. Bank of Japan Governor comments on economic outlook. Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Ueda stated that Japan's economy is achieving sustained inflation driven by wages, but he did not provide a clear opinion on whether to raise interest rates again in December. Ueda emphasized that the bank will closely monitor external risks, such as uncertainties in the U.S. economic outlook and volatility in financial markets. The market anticipates a 55% chance that the Bank of Japan will raise rates to 0.5% in December. Tokyo Tower hosts tea ceremony experience. Tokyo Tower hosts a tea ceremony experience called Asa-chan no Yu twice a month at 8 a.m., attracting a significant number of foreign tourists. This activity aims to disperse visitor crowds during peak times, aligning with the current trend of spreading out tourists. Nara National Museum to hold Buddhist art exhibition. The museum will host a special exhibition titled O Kakuho, The Glorious Treasures of Devotion and Heritage, from April to June 2025, showcasing approximately 140 national treasures and important cultural properties. The exhibits will include rare artifacts such as bodhisattva statues, Buddha images, and swords, celebrating the museum's 130th anniversary and highlighting the treasures of Japanese Buddhist art. Concurrently, the Kyoto National Museum will hold a special exhibition titled Japan, A Melting Pot of Art. In summary, this briefing covers important information across various fields, including accidents, economics, tourism, and cultural arts, highlighting key points while succinctly summarizing the overall content to achieve balance. Briefing: Australian cricket team's new opening bowler faces challenges. 1. Nathan McSweeney, the new opening bowler for the Australian cricket team, faced significant challenges both on and off the field during his debut test match against India, but he hopes to continue performing well at the lively venue in Perth. 2. Luke Anir, founder of software startup Safety Culture, has stepped down as CEO to prepare the company for its next phase of development, including plans for a future IPO in the US. 3. At the 2025 Sydney Morning Herald Good Food Guide Awards, several small independent restaurants received top honors for their unique dining models, reflecting new trends in the restaurant industry. Among them, 12 restaurants near Torquay, Munna, won the Restaurant of the Year award, while Chef Young Eun Chai of 6 Korean restaurants in Cockatoo Jungle received the Chef of the Year award. 4. Under economic pressure, the restaurant industry is responding with innovation and fun, exemplified by Bar Olo in Carlton, a new hybrid bar and restaurant. Additionally, the guide has introduced new awards, such as the Cultural Change Pioneer Award and the Young Service Talent Award, to recognize transformations in the dining industry. 5. Italian artist Maurizio Catalan's work Comedian, a banana taped to a wall, has sparked renewed attention and is set to be auctioned at Sotheby's in New York, potentially fetching over $1 million. Briefing: Challenges facing the Canadian economy. The Canadian economy is currently facing multiple challenges. 1. The appreciation of the US dollar has led to a significant depreciation of the Canadian dollar. While this benefits exporters, importers, and consumers face higher costs, the Canadian dollar has fallen to a 4-year low against the US dollar, and further downward pressure is expected in the coming quarters. 2. Both inflation and economic growth are below expectations. The Bank of Canada has cut interest rates 4 times in a row, but the divergence from the Federal Reserve's policies is widening. This may lead to further depreciation of the Canadian dollar, raising the prices of imported goods and burdening consumers. 3. Labor disputes are ongoing. A major strike by Canada Post workers is impacting holiday sales for retailers. Previous strikes at railways and ports have also disrupted supply chains. 4. Small businesses are hit the hardest. They rely on relatively inexpensive shipping rates from Canada Post, but are now forced to seek more expensive alternatives, further squeezing profit margins. In summary, the Canadian economy is grappling with multiple challenges, including inflation, currency fluctuations, and supply chain disruptions, placing a heavy burden on both businesses and consumers. Coordinated responses from the government and businesses are needed to navigate the current economic difficulties. Briefing: Escalation of the Ukraine war. U.S. President Biden has decided to allow Ukrainian forces to use U.S.-supplied missiles to strike targets within Russia, a decision that comes more than a year after Ukrainian President Zelensky's request. Singapore oil trading fraud case. Lin Yunquan, once a giant in Singapore's oil industry, was sentenced to 17 years and 6 months in prison for fraud and forgery. The judge deemed this one of the most serious trade financing fraud cases in Singapore's history, which will damage the reputation of Singapore's financial services and oil industries. Fatal truck accident in Malaysia. A 51-year-old truck driver has been charged with dangerous driving following a fatal accident in Penang, with the court denying bail, citing his indifference and lack of remorse. Russia expands solid fuel missile production. Satellite images show that Russia has significantly expanded facilities for producing solid fuel missile engines, indicating plans to substantially increase missile production to meet demands in the Ukraine war. Analysts believe this may be to reduce reliance on external suppliers like North Korea and Iran. In summary, these articles address the escalation of the Ukraine war, a major financial fraud case in Singapore, a traffic accident in Malaysia, and Russia's efforts to expand missile production capabilities in support of the Ukraine war. These pieces of information reflect the complexity and uncertainty of the current international situation. Briefing: Severe air pollution in Delhi, government takes emergency measures. 1. The air quality index in Delhi has severely deteriorated to 493, far exceeding World Health Organization standards. Most monitoring stations have reached the maximum value of 500, indicating that the actual pollution level may be even worse. 2. The Delhi government has implemented emergency measures, including requiring schools to switch to online classes, restricting construction activities, and limiting vehicle movement. However, the Supreme Court has questioned the government's failure to take stricter pollution control measures in a timely manner. 3. The primary cause of the severe pollution is the burning of crop residue by farmers in surrounding areas, with satellite monitoring indicating 1,334 such incidents on November 17. Additionally, adverse weather conditions have exacerbated the pollution. 4. A central government employees organization has called for more protective measures, such as providing air purifiers in offices and distributing N95 masks. 5. Meanwhile, the transitional government in Bangladesh is facing controversy. The government denies any discriminatory actions against minority groups, but continues to face domestic and international scrutiny. The transitional government has stated it will push for reforms and elections as soon as possible, but a specific timeline remains unclear. In summary, this briefing comprehensively outlines the current situation and response measures regarding severe air pollution in Delhi, while also addressing related information about the political turmoil in Bangladesh, achieving a balance of rich content, emphasis, and clarity. Briefing: the Philippines and South Sudan in a turbulent season. 1. Philippines, hit by 6 major storms. Since late October, the Philippines has been struck by 6 major storms, marking a record in meteorological history. These storms have resulted in at least 163 deaths and significant losses to crops and livestock. The latest storm, Super Typhoon Manny, while not as severe as expected, still caused at least 8 deaths and led to widespread power outages and property damage. President Marcos stated that the aftermath of Manny was not as bad as we feared. However, local officials indicated that power outages on Catanduanes Island could last for months, with many homes severely damaged. 2. South Sudan, famine and conflict coexist. According to a UN-supported report, starting in April next year, 57% of South Sudan's population will face severe food insecurity, with approximately 7.7 million people classified as acutely hungry. The primary causes of this issue are a desperate cocktail of conflict and climate crisis. South Sudan is also experiencing its worst flooding on record, along with a large influx of refugees. A UNICEF representative warned that without increased aid, the number of malnourished individuals will continue to rise. The World Bank has also warned that widespread flooding is worsening an already dire humanitarian situation. In summary, these articles reflect the severe challenges posed by natural disasters and human conflict in the Philippines and South Sudan. Both countries face significant humanitarian crises that require ongoing attention and support from the international community.